vibras?
Cause we know the vibras. Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. I'm the one and only Juan the Don, and as always, I'm accompanied by Michael Carrasco.
What up? What
What's
up?
up, man? Why are you so stiff?
What do you mean when you so stiff, bro? What are you talking about, man?
He just looks very stiff. So what's up with that Chicago hat, man? I mean, people are gonna think you came to Chicago.
Nah, that
Don't
ain't.
tell me you came to Chicago and didn't tell me, man.
No. This some family members went up there and they brought me a trucker hat from over there, and it went with the shirt that I'm wearing today. So why not? You guys know I love my hats, so yeah.
Hey, so you mentioned shirt. Really
hmm
quick, what's going on with the with your clothing brand with Simple Company, and
Uh,
also with the the Vibras merch, man? What's going on?
well, let's touch on the merch first. We trying to hit 1K, but he, we've been trying to hit 1K for the longest, and nobody has
Yeah.
been subscribing or anything like that. And yeah, so what we were talking about doing is possibly in the next couple months we might just release it anyways for those people that have been hitting us up asking us to please release the merch. So that's I think that's going to be the plan. We use
Yeah.
everything, we have a couple designs ready to go, and then you just add on that. But yeah, that's as far as the merch.
Stickers,
Stickers,
shirts, hats.
shirts, a bunch of stuff that you guys can have throughout the house, or wear out. So there's a couple things coming. So be on the lookout. Like I say, it's gonna be within the next couple months, and then
Mm.
we're gonna release it. And then as
Oh,
far,
so
go
also
ahead.
we really quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. For those that are listening, do us a favor. We still do want to do a giveaway of a shirt
hmm
or whatever you hat, whatever you prefer. Just comment giveaway on this video, and you automatically enter. And whenever we drop the names that are on this video that say giveaway in the comments, also you have to like the video, but just based on the comment giveaway, you would enter, and whenever we release it, we will put the 2 or 3, 4, 5 names that are in the
hmm
comments, uh, and yeah, you'll win a shirt. So yeah, it's that simple.
Yep, yep. And then as far as simple, it's just been a long journey. We gotta. I want to do it right this time. So it's just a lot of samples, making sure the fabrics is the right fabric. The designs and all that. It's been a lengthy process. I'm not trying to rush anything. I just wanted when I finally bring it to the public that is the right, everything is perfect. That's
Right. I
essentially.
mean, so we may have entrepreneurs and
hmm
people there listening or watching. Um, let's just be real. Let's not say you're the your brand has your previous brand was the most successful,
Exactly.
which now is what shifted you to this one.
hmm
But in that thing, in those struggles, you could still give advice to someone
Oh yeah.
on what not to do. So, what would you say this approach now with Simple? Like what could you say to those that are going through, starting a company or starting a new endeavor or a new brand or something? Like, what is the right way to approach the second time, and how do you expect to do so and have success this time around?
Yeah, I mean the main thing is just knowledge, man. Like when I had my first brand, I didn't really know anything about the clothing industry. So that's main thing. Just learn the industry that you want to start a business in. And from there, you got you can't expect everything to happen overnight. That's the second advice I would give. That's why I'm with this brand. I'm taking my time. I don't care if it takes me 2 3 years, to release it, which is not going to, realistically speaking. But I just want make sure all the paperwork is filed correctly. That's number one. Make sure all your legal paperwork is filed correctly. Um, the structure of the business has to be correct as well. Just so you're not just throwing money blindly. And I feel that that's one of the things with my first brand, that I was just throwing money into this, that, but I wasn't getting any result. And then the
Facts.
other thing is work on your marketing plan, because without a marketing plan, you will never get people to buy. But yeah, those are the things that I would say are the top three things to focus on when starting a new business. Definitely, learn that industry that you're going to be in. Make sure you got your legal and paperwork and business structure in general put together, and then put a
Hmm.
marketing plan together.
For sure. Nah, I mean, at least this time around, you have a plan, um, and hopefully, there's success in this different approach now that you're looking to take. But apart from that, apart from them shirts and the stuff we were just recently going over, what's new? Anything that you have previously done this past week? Anything new going on in Texas? What's going on? Inform us and me as well.
Man, I just been chilling. The girlfriend's brother was over. He came over, actually from Chicago. Uh, he came down for a couple days. We explore around the city, man. Houston. The more I drive around Houston, the more I realize, damn, this place is so big. There's a lot of things to do that you don't find. Like, if you come, I'm gonna be honest. If you come here for a week thinking that you're gonna be able to do everything that you want to do, you're lying to yourself, because it's just so much to do over here. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Galveston, which is essentially Ocean City for this area. The water wasn't the nicest. Let's put it that way. It's so it's weird. Like on the shoreline, the water is brown, but it's just due to all the sediments from the river and all that. But I mean, just been chilling, been exploring around, trying different spots to eat, and yeah, that's what my week been pretty much. How about yourself?
Well, at least you got out of the house,
Yeah,
man. That's
definitely.
good. You got to take advantage.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I'm a homebody. Obviously, I haven't been able to do much, but this summer has just been very, like I said in the last episode, the summer in Chicago has just been hectic. Like
Hmm.
today, we're back in air quality problems. Like it's
Oh
crazy.
man.
Like yeah, so it's just been a very very odd summer. Like tornado watches as well. Like it's been crazy.
Oh yeah, I heard about the
Um,
tornado watch.
yeah, it's just been hectic, man. You know what I mean? But just rolling with the punches. And yeah, going day by day. But some recent things did happen to me. Um, it's not nothing crazy, but which influence, sorry, the conversation of today, which is why we should appreciate the little things in life. Um, really quick, something, this is so dumb, but it's like whatever. But so yeah, first, like there was Chicago was the hottest it's been for a while. It was like almost like at 100 recently,
Mm.
and for some reason the AC just stopped working that day.
Oh,
Yeah,
bruh.
so yeah, so it was rough. For some reason, I think they said that the pipes were frozen. I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. But see, it was something crazy that occurred, and we had to deal with no AC. Um, which, like I said, influenced this conversation and
Hmm.
appreciating the little things. Because there's times in life when we have things, and when we don't have them is when we start to want to appreciate them.
Right.
Also, apart from the horrible sauna, treatment I was having, it was hard to sleep. I would say that, like,
Hmm.
sleep wasn't the same. I was sleeping damn near naked. Like, I mean, yeah, it's too much information, but and no blanket. But
Sheesh.
yeah, and apart from that, also, during that, like during towards the end of that, once the AC got fixed and everything, got another problem. Like one of my left ear just like felt like clogged, not clogged, but it just felt like there was air like in my ear, so I couldn't hear too well for a couple days, maybe like 4 days. And I did everything like ear drops, everything. Like I would go to the gym, and with my ear like that, I would just feel so lightheaded, like working out, like pushing
Mm.
weight or stuff. It would just make me feel very like weird, like like
Off balance,
lightheaded. It was
type
just
of thing.
yeah, off balance. Yeah, it was bad. Um, so that's another thing. Like you know, something so little like that. Like you don't
Right.
appreciate clear hearing. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I couldn't hear music correctly. Like it's just routine things weren't
Right.
routine anymore with this inconvenience. So yeah. So basically, things that occurred with Juan this past week influenced today's conversation, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Like I said, why we should appreciate the little things in life. What is your take on that, real quick, before we jump into it?
As far as appreciating the small things,
Appreciating, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. There's a lot of things that, like you said, it's a lot of things in our life and like our daily life that we take for granted because they seem so small. And but when we don't have them, it's like, oh shit.
yeah,
That's how I feel about it. It's just like, I mean, I go through it myself. There's a lot of things that just because it's part of like my daily life, I don't really pay attention to them. But when they're not there, I'm like, oh man, yeah, I definitely should appreciate that more.
yeah. I mean, when I say little things, it's not necessarily something small.
Hmm.
It's something that we're so accustomed to having
Right.
that when we don't have it, we realize like, wow, we really needed that. For instance, it could be something so small, like say you got a leg injury, like randomly,
Hmm.
and now your walking is affected. So like
Right.
something so little as in like walking, which is something we do every day, now has been affected. So it's like now you appreciate, wow, like the blessing of walking. And you see this go on with a lot of people that are like eventually get amputated,
Hmm.
for whatever reason and stuff like that. That's the first thing they say is that like, wow, like I should have appreciated walking more
More.
than and they also share that message to people as well. And this goes on with a lot of different scenarios. One that I was thinking of, it's funny, there's moments in work or whatever, and you just feel like slammed, like you have a ton of work going on,
Right. Right.
right? But the good thing is there's money coming in.
Hmm.
But say for instance, when the pandemic happened or whatever thing were to happen, and you stop working for a while, then it really affects you, and you're like, damn, I wish I was that busy. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, so now you like wish that you would be making that money, and you wish you were slammed and busy. And now that you don't have that, you start to appreciate the times you did. So it's like it's things that we see on a daily, literally daily, like car problems. Like say,
Hmm.
your car is like you're driving well, and then you get a flat tire. Like you didn't appreciate, just basic driving, and now you have to go get your tire, plugged up, and
Hmm.
have to pay the inconvenience of
$45.
yeah, of getting a tire plugged. And it's $45.
I don't know, bro. I think it varies by place, man. I can't remember the
Hmm.
last time I had to go fix a tire, which I'm really appreciative of. But I
Yeah.
feel like it depends on the place that you go. Me personally, I always go to like that little Mexican tire shop. Those are the ones that I go to. They always treat me well there.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's also another thing. Like, that's the thing to look at in life. Sometimes we rather the immediate solution than the long term solution.
Hmm.
Sometimes the cheap way out isn't always the best way out.
That's right.
It'll become a bigger problem eventually. Your balance on your four wheels are gonna be off.
Hmm.
You know, so sometimes like we got to look at life, and if you have it, like say for instance you have the money to buy a new tire, sorry, do so. Don't put yourself through the struggle of potentially going through another flat tire again, or your other tires being affected due to this. So
Man,
yeah.
I can speak to that, man. This was probably like 3 4 years ago. Uh, so this summer, for some reason, every tire, man, kept going bad, and not one, not two times. It was like literally like I was at the tire shop like every week for some reason. And me just taking the easy route. I was like, shit. Let me get that $20.
Just patch it up.
Yeah, yeah. Let me give you $20. Here you go, brother. And I mean, if you think about it, going every week, like paying 20,
Adds
$30,
up.
it adds up. Where at the end of the summer, I'm like, man, I could have just bought new tires. It would have been fine. I would have spent the same amount of
Hmm.
money.
Right.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was a fun summer. I feel like the dude at the tire shop already knew. He's like, "Oh, you here again?" I was like, "Yeah, what can I say, man?"
Nah, facts. I mean, also like there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios.
Hmm.
The most important one, also, I want to touch on is like friendships and families. Like we touched on in the episode of the importance of family.
Right.
Um, there's times where we don't really appreciate them as much as we should. And it's like little things, like a simple conversation with them. We should appreciate more their presence. We should appreciate more. And like I said, it's something, since it's such a routine thing, it doesn't seem like a big deal to us until we don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think in life it's very important to appreciate the little things, the small things, things that are a part of our day by day. Because then the moment we don't have them, it hits. So it doesn't hit us as hard as it should. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or at least as hard as it does. If that makes sense.
Nah, I agree with that. I agree 100%. Especially, I
Is
mean,
there any?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if there's any other scenarios that you could think of that where the little things or the small things in life present themselves.
I mean, I would say like when we used to play sports, like it was a thing that we were so used to, and then now that we don't have like the regular every day, we're not playing sports or practicing. Like I used to hate
Hmm.
practice,
Hmm.
man. Now when I get home from work, it's like, man, I wish I was still playing baseball, or
Hmm.
doing things like that, where I was staying busy, and not just busy, but like doing something that I enjoy.
Right.
And it's a little harder now because life adds on, work, gotta take care of the house, all that stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the moment we don't see it, but
Right.
when something does leave our life in a way,
Mm-hmm.
we did learn from it in different ways though. Like, although we don't have like for instance, like you said, sports and the freedom that we did, with as being kids. Now, like seeing, like, well, at that time, seeing your parents and other family members go through adulting, what I'm saying, seeing it firsthand, kind of helped us to ease into it. Because I
Right.
definitely would say seeing other like friends and family start working at a young age, and having their car at a young age and stuff like that, definitely motivated me to want to be in the same position once I got to that age. So although, like, those things, when life goes on, they start removing themselves, other stuff starts
It's
integrating,
starting.
and that's what helps you become
Right.
the person that you are today.
No, I agree. I agree
So
100%.
there's kind of two ways that little things in life kind of like,
Right.
there's ways where it's good that they are no longer in your life in a way, and then it's times where you need to appreciate them more. So it's like two sides to it in a way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, especially the symbol that you just gave. It's like some things may live your life, but other things take place. Like filling that space for something that's no longer in your life.
Most of um I'm trying to see here. I was looking at something earlier, and people were saying that first off, the important thing about the little things is, first off, identifying those little things in your life, like that
Right.
you feel like should get more attention.
Right.
um and that's all by seeing in life when you're not happy, and what is not in your life at that time that is preventing you to be happy. So that's a way. So that's a way to identify the little things.
Mm,
For instance, say a simple good morning text that you may receive every day,
right,
or something like that. When you don't have it, like that's what I keep saying, it's something that you see that's so consistent. When you don't have it, you realize the how big it actually was, but in the moment you see it as a little thing. That's what it sounds like
right.
I'm going in circles, but it's hard to explain.
Now I get it. I get it. At least from my understanding, it's like the little things that we mainly talk about is the things that are so consistent in our lives that to us it's like, oh, it's just part of my daily routine, kind of, or something that we don't really pay much attention to until we don't have those things in our lives no longer.
Oh, I got a great example. I'm just sound like I'm talking so much, but my double level isn't helping me. He's just staring at the camera here.
Man,
Uh, my mom, she used to make freaking rice and beans every day, and I used to tell her like,
ooh,
man, like
make something
stop
else.
making me rice. I was like,
Yeah,
let's make something else. But when you don't have it, you appreciate it way more. You're like, damn, I wish I had that rice beans like now. You know what I'm saying?
nah,
Once you
100%.
become an adult, so that's why what I was saying earlier. Once you become an adult, there's things that as a kid you didn't appreciate that now as an adult you do, and that's one of them. That's one of the
Mm-hmm.
few things. Um, Also, having to go shopping on your like grocery shopping and stuff like that on
Right,
your own. It's
right.
it's it's not as easy as like
That's
you know what
what
I'm
we
saying.
thought it was.
I forget so much things all the time. And I was just
Man,
like, man, how did my mom get it all done with no list? Like,
I make a
there's a
list
American
now.
traditional families. Yeah, American traditional families are known for making a list. But my
Have a
mom
low,
never made a list, and she just always would, bring
bro.
everything that we needed. It was just actually impressive.
That's exactly how my mom was. I'm like, how do you? Me, I forget. I go to the store for, let's say, barbecue sauce. I come out with everything but the barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
That's how I am.
facts,
So I started making
facts.
a list. But not.
And sometimes,
That's a
sometimes
great
you take
point.
things that you don't even need.
Exactly. I mean, that's every
Yeah,
time, every time.
yeah.
But no, that's
So
that's a
what
good
would you
point.
say? I was gonna say, what would you say? As something as a kid now looking back that you wish you appreciated more that you don't have now, if that makes sense.
I mean, definitely my mom cooking. Uh, let's see. Playing sports. If we could add that, if we could add that to the list, man. But mainly, man, like I would say, like because my mom did a lot for me. It's just like all the little things that she did in behind the scenes that made my life easier when I was a kid. That's what I would say. That.
Yeah, but there's a problem. There's a debate with that now going on.
Hmm.
Um, in the aspect of people. Well, some people have been saying that moms babying their sons or their kids, but more preferably their sons. Like
Hmm.
say you're a quote unquote
Right.
mama's boy, or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, that can present a problem in the future whenever you have a partner,
Mm.
because at a lot of times you're gonna be expecting things like that from your partner or your significant other. Say things like cooking and cleaning, and because I'd say having a Dominican mom, my mom did everything. Like it
Yeah.
was
Right.
crazy. Like she worked, she was head of the household, worked,
Right.
cleaned, and everything, which is something that I don't expect from anyone. But you know, is an example of sometimes you get accustomed to seeing that, and you're just like, if you don't see someone doing that or matching that same level, you kind of minimize that person in a way, if that
Right.
makes sense.
No, I see. I see that, but I feel like Dominicans, I tell you what, they spoil us. Like they'll do pretty much everything, but they also teach us responsibilities. Like I I can't remember exactly at what age, but I was doing my own laundry, or
Oh
if
yeah,
it was time to
facts.
to do laundry, we were going like everybody together. Everybody clean their clothes. Everybody fold their clothes, put it in the hamper, and then put it away, and then just having chores like could be simple things like my job was taking out the trash, and then let's say my sister was doing the dishes and my little brother, who knows what he was doing. He was doing some random
Yeah,
stuff. But I feel like it's okay for a mother. I mean, regardless of what society says or whatever, a mother will always spoil their children. um but it's just a fact, like you have to also teach them responsibilities.
yeah.
And I've
It's just that I feel like if all right, because there's all right. This is the perfect
hmm
instance. I feel like the guys that are like that are mama's boys like to an extreme and are guilty of dealing with this problem is guys that are still living under their mom's household, like
hmm
past a certain age. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Um, and we understand. There's times where situations may present themselves. You may not be physically able to do something,
right,
and your mom takes care of you. But if you are fully healthy, you're capable of working, and all of this stuff. Stop being dependent of your mom, bro. Get out of your mom's house, find your own crib, because you just putting more pressure on your mom, bro. Like,
right,
you feel me? Like, and your mom doesn't need that. You feel me? Like, she's obviously gonna be way older than you, so you're younger. Why can't you work and maintain yourself, take care of yourself, level up, bro? Like, some people become too dependent of their mom, and it got to a point like when I was done college, I moved back home to save some
hmm
money. But it even got to a point where I was just like, I would feel bad, like if my mom were to like buy me some food or something, like, and I was working, I'm like, nah, I can't have this, bro.
right,
So
right,
eventually, I got up and I was like, man, I gotta get out, bro. 'Cause I just felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't feel right. You being a grown man working and having your mom, take care of you, and you being a dependent of her. I think this is wrong, and I think there should be more awareness brought to this. Um, but I don't know. It all depends in culture too. There's different cultures. Like
very true.
Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic is known, at least in DR itself. I guess it's different in that case because
hmm
over there you see people older living still in the same household with their mom, grandma, whatever.
right,
And in that case, I feel like everyone helps each other out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm referring to the guy here in the United States that is in his room, locked in there. Mom has to take the food to his room. He sits there, watches TV. You know what I'm saying? He disrespects his mom. You know what I'm
on the
saying?
game
Like,
every day.
on the game, like, bro, you're not doing anything productive for yourself. Like, you just drowning in a hole, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, and I hate that this took a shift, but it brought up a thought. And there's a lot of guys out there that I see disrespect their mom, that aren't helping their mom with anything, and are dependent of their mom at an age that should be, you know,
Right,
you should be way ahead on your own, at that point. Like,
right.
you're not a kid. Like, you feel me? I feel like after, I don't know what's the age, like,
What would you say? Yeah, I was going to ask you, when would you say is an appropriate age for you to, like, all right, after this age, you can't be living at home. You gotta get somewhere, get your own place, get start your future essentially.
that's tough, man. It's very tough because, like I said, I can't say 18 because people are in college, and
Right,
at the times, low key, when you are in college, you still are dependent in
100%.
a way of your
Yeah,
parents. You know what I'm saying? And you finish college at what, 22, 20, what, 21,
22,
22,
21,
21,
22,
22.
around that age.
Yeah, so I think that's still a good. I mean, it's still an age that it's understandable.
Right.
Um, I don't know, bro. I'd say probably like 25,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
like
what I was
25
thinking,
plus.
man. Like after 25, like I feel like at that age you should have your own place. Like you got to be you at 25 you should be completely independent from parents. That's my thought.
Is the question is, 'cause I'm sure they think there's an exception. Is there
Mhm.
any exception outside of physical, like unable to work? You know what I'm saying? Is there another exception? I don't think so.
I
I
don't
think
think
that's the
so.
only
Like,
exception.
yeah, like let's say if you're going, I mean, nowadays you can bring the I would say the mental health issue. Like if you're going through a mental
Yeah.
health, situation, I see it, but
Another exception could be probably if you're helping with rent, but still, even though
right,
if you're helping with rent, still save something on the side so you can have enough together to eventually get your own place, bro.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
No, I
and
agree.
and there, all right, and this is gonna be a very touchy subject, nah, because I'm gonna switch this over. 'Cause, I mean, we got to do it, bro.
Yeah, we
And
gotta
I
do
always
it.
said we not an alpha male podcast, whatever. But we gotta give a level playing field to
Hmm.
both sides. Would you say the age will be the same for both men and women? Because there's women as well that
Hmm.
live at home. You know
Tough.
what I mean?
I, you know what? I would say so. I would say so, but then again, it is a little different for women,
It's different, but I feel like there's women that take advantage though of
right?
their mom a lot in the aspect of they stay at home,
Mm-hmm.
they have kids,
Mm-hmm.
and they expect their mom to work, take care, provide for the house,
Take care of their
and
kids.
to take care of their kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
So
I would say
that's
this. I
wrong.
would say this. If you have kids, unless well, if you have kids, you shouldn't be living with your parents and having your parents taking care of your kids. Like, I mean, I do understand. Like sometimes that's just how some families are. Like if you go to DR, there's a lot of families that everybody lives together. Kids, kids of kids, and aunts. A lot of people live together. But but you shouldn't be expecting like your parents or other family members if you're staying with them to take care of your kids.
I would say this. Like I asked the question earlier about what's justifiable
Hmm.
for a woman. I would give leeway, and I'd say what's justifiable might be if she's on her own with the kid.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. No. I see that. Yeah. I agree with
Yeah,
that. That's
because then
justifiable.
then I respect that because that's hard to do. Like you have a kid, depends on you. You're on
Hmm.
your own. It's hard to just get up and work and not be able to have somebody take care of the kid and all of that. Like it's
Right.
hard. It's hard. It's definitely hard. But at least show that you're in the mindset of wanting to do better and progress and eventually get out of that situation.
You can't be
That's the
dependent
way I
on
look at
them.
it.
That would be the only thing.
So yeah. Let us know in the comments, and I hate that this turned to this, but it's just something that came up. Let us know in the comments what is the right age, or at what age should people or should someone not live
With their parent.
under their mom's house or under or yeah, what is the right age for someone not to live under their parents' roof? Like what's the age that is just like
Unacceptable.
OD, like
Yeah.
unacceptable? Like what age is unacceptable? For someone to still be living at home with mom dukes and or pops.
Yeah. And also,
Um, but yeah,
I would say also let us know what are some justifications that okay, maybe in this situation it's acceptable for you at this age to be with your parents.
yeah, and like I said, this still does make sense with the conversation
Hmm.
because we were talking about the little things that we need to appreciate in life, and living at home with mom or with pops or your parents was something that's a little thing that we definitely should appreciate it more or should appreciate. And I feel like a lot of people did learn from it
Right.
and eventually translate a lot of these things into their own home now,
Hmm.
like cleaning habits, traditions, and cooking and all of this nature, like everything that comes with that. I would say definitely does become a part of us and today, once we have our own place.
I
But I mean,
agree.
what's something I would say real quick before we finish up.
Yeah. Yeah.
um in a way, going off to college does help prepare you for living on your own. If that makes sense.
I agree.
So I'm not gonna say not going to college should be an exception.
Hmm.
Um, because we gave that age gap, but um, going off to college, living in a dorm, then living in an apartment, having to deal with all of that, having to buy furniture or having to pay, a monthly thing or having to pay a tuition, like all of that,
Hmm.
uh, does prepare you for when eventually you do want to have your own, thing. So I think that's something to consider as well, in the conversation.
No, I agree 100% with that.
Do you think that helped your transition
Oh
to
yeah, 100%.
eventually?
100%, because when you let's say if you're living in a dorm or an apartment, when you're going to school, you're the one essentially responsible for everything. Like you got to make sure the place is clean. you know uh you have to go buy your own groceries, and just
Yeah,
all the little things that you have to do to maintain yourself definitely prepare you for once you're done with college and you're on your own.
right. Yeah. Well, this is a short episode. It was something that I was thinking of that we should have talked about. It was hard for us to get a topic today.
Hmm.
For if you see us a little bit, like like you know what I mean. But it was a conversation that just presented itself quickly. Like I said, not much going on in the world right now, so we just wanted to bring one of the OG, the Viva has debates,
Hmm.
and that's that. So yeah, let us know in the comments. Don't cancel us if you are living at home still. Use it as motivation
100%.
to get up and get off your feet and to get your own place, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It also
I feel,
let
I feel like I feel like people not gonna like this, but
Hey
hey, it is what it
man,
is.
sometimes the truth hurts, right?
Yeah,
But other than I was gonna say, make sure you guys are letting us know what type of topics you guys want us to hear, or give our opinion or discuss here on the channel. Also, let us know
yeah,
if you have somebody in mind that would be good for us to interview, or just bring along for one of the conversations that we're having. And yeah, make sure you guys are commenting. Don't forget the giveaway. Make sure to comment giveaway under the comments. And like we said, merch should be coming within the next couple months. We're preparing everything. Almost, we should be almost there. But yeah,
yeah. Facts. 99th episode next week. It should be the 100th episode.
in a couple
I'm
of
gonna
weeks.
see if I could pull. Yeah, I'm gonna see what we have in mind to do for the
Hmm.
next. Hopefully, we could do something special. If not, we'll work with what we have. But
Hmm.
keep,
Hmm.
be on the lookout. Be on the lookout, man, for sure for the 100th episode. And thank you guys for all the support and to be a part of this journey of 100 episodes, which is nuts. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like today, I think today struggling to find a conversation is effect of 100
And 100
episodes. Like
episodes, yeah.
damn.
Yeah, like we
So
kept coming up with ideas and like, wait, we already talked about that. But let us know
yeah,
if you
that
want,
happens a
if
lot.
you guys want us to do like a refreshed version of things that we have talked about with new information that we know.
Right. So yeah, as always, make sure you like the video, comment something down below. Also comment giveaway if you want to enter the giveaway for the Vibras merch. And as always, remember to subscribe and
Let's
let's vibe. Peace.
Only pass.
Subscribe.